What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Is it checking on your credit score? I didn't think so. At Chime, that's exactly what they do. With their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa card, you can start to build your credit with your own money. Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help build credit over time. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average. All of this with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. I've been using Chime for a long time now, and it definitely helped boost my credit. So start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up only takes 2 minutes, and it does not affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/think. That's chime.com/think. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' score may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except on MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or an Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM.
This fancy.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Think Loud Crew podcast, where it's normally 3 moms getting real with their daily lives and talking about our kids and everything else. But today it's just me, Cheyenne, here, and I have on our special guest.
Special.
Yeah, special for sure. I have my dad on this episode with me, Kyle Floyd, Papa Floyd. And we put up a Q&A on both of our pages. So hear me out before I let him talk.
Okay.
I have been watching my dad on social media, and he puts up Q&As on his page. And then for the whole entire day, he's answering everybody's questions. So I'm like, this is like Ask Abby, Answer Abby. What was it? Dear Abby.
Dear Abby.
Dear Abby.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had this whole idea of we should do a Dear Papa Floyd section on our podcast. I asked Kyle and Shanan if it was okay with them if I did this first episode with him, because I really wanted the focus to be on him answering the questions and then maybe just getting a little bit of feedback from myself. But I really want to see what your real and authentic answers are going to be.
So this will work for me too, because it's so hard answering real questions in the span of, it used to be 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But now it's a minute. You do get a minute, which worked a whole lot better. But to be able to this free flow without the interruption
is where it's going to work.
Yeah.
And if you guys are listening in right now, please head over and check us out on YouTube, because we're finally filming in my new house, in my new little podcast area that I've built.
Fancy.
I got these cool little arm things. So like you attach to the table, we have like mics, and it just feels good to not be on like Zoom, or really not on Zoom, or like Shannon's shitty Wi-Fi. So
yeah.
Let's get started. You want to jump in? Do you want me to pick the questions to ask you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
So I sent him a recording from my phone onto his of some of the questions that people have asked. I'm just going to start from the top of
then I have questions on my phone too.
Yeah. So let's go through mine, and then we'll go through yours.
Okay. All right. So let me just say to you, Phil, first, I want you guys to remember that I am a trained professional. I've taken Psychology 101.
There's something wrong with you, Dad. I'm really sitting here like, trained professional in what? Okay, this is a good one to start. How do you mend a relationship with a father who caused you so much trauma?
So I would need to really get into a few questions. How old are you now? How old were you when the trauma came? How old was he? See, if he was a teenage father, then you kind of have to, I'm not going to use the word, make an excuse for him. Because being a teenage parent, whether mother or father, there's going to be mistakes. You're young, you don't know, you think you know, but you're really immature. So if the things that he did were when he was a very young man, and now he's older and has learned more, then you got to cut him some grace. You got to cut him some slack, particularly if he's trying to mend it or make it better. Now, if he's not trying to mend it or make it better, you're the one that putting in the effort, then that's your call. You put in as much as you can tolerate. Look, everybody would like to have a beautiful relationship with their mom, with their dad. That's not always the case, though. This is the reality of it. It's not always the case, okay? And sometimes it's better, everybody don't want to hear this, better to not have a relationship with them, especially if they're just not a good person. And everybody's parent isn't a good person.
Damn, I never thought about it like that.
Well, I mean, it is. Sometimes it's better he's out of my life. He's a fucking asshole. I mean, he's a butthole anyway.
Yeah.
Or she's a butthole. Equal opportunists. I've seen terrible mothers. Okay. So, ask the question one more time.
Where'd it go? Hold on.
How do you mend a relationship?
How do you mend a relationship with a father who has caused you so much trauma?
Okay, yeah. And look, let me tell you something. If he's still causing, if you're older now, and I don't know how old you are, the amount of trauma that you can handle at 23 is a lot different than what you could handle at 35. So if it's that much trauma, separate yourself from him. Just do it. I know you want the relationship, but all relationships are not meant to be. And if it's causing you pain, separate yourself from it. Maybe come back and try it in 5 years. He would have matured. You would have matured. Maybe you see things different. Maybe he sees things differently. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's right. Okay.
How did you develop an open yet respectful relationship with your children? That's a good one.
That is a good one. Well, here's what's funny is it's an open relationship because I've always kind of leaned towards, feel free to say what you want. Speak your mind. That way, at least I know what you're thinking. And if I think it's wrong, I can try to correct it. Now, some people might hear us talk and think it is disrespectful because it's not an old school. Old school. Here, I'll give you an example. My aunt, who's passed now, so it's a generation before me, used to be upset with me because my kids didn't refer to them as auntie. Mm-hmm. Okay? Which I understand generationally. When I called them auntie. Matter of fact, I didn't even know their name for a while. They were just auntie. Okay?
Oh my God, Dad.
And they were twins, so I was always confused.
You didn't know their name because they were twins.
Who's Marlene? Who's Marilyn? So no, I mean I did, but it was Marlene and Marilyn, which is already confusing.
Which is already confusing, twins or not.
Yeah. And the little bit of dyslexics. So, it was always a challenge. But it was always auntie. I just made it short, auntie. I didn't know. So, when you take somebody who has been raised with a little bit more freedom to say what they want to say, it's not like, the old world was, this is an adult conversation, you should be in the other room. Mm-hmm. I didn't do that with my kids. She doesn't do that with Ryder. No. But that's why Ryder is articulate. That's why Ryder can express herself and use words that most 5-year-olds are going, huh?
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like that's why Ryder's in tune with her emotions and knows how to express her emotions is because she's seen us do it, whether it's a high intense situation or, crying. Like I know some parents who won't cry in front of their kids, and I'm not saying you sit there and break down and sob, but I do think that it is healthy to show your kids your emotions.
You ever seen me cry?
I've seen you cry.
Have you really? What was I crying about? Let's not talk about it.
I'm really over here like, wait, what were you crying about?
No, there's a couple times I've got emotional when there might have been a tear drip down. But never cry like a crybaby.
Not like sobbing, but I've seen you get emotional where I think that is healthy.
Yeah. Man, last time I had a really good cry is when Frank Nitti died. Aww. Frank Nitti died, man. I don't know why. I don't know what it was.
That was your friend.
It was like, ooh, everything. It was cleansing.
That was your friend, though.
That's my bud.
I feel like sometimes a good cry is necessary. I mean, when Maya was just in the hospital, we talked one day and he said he was on his way home to take a shower, and I said, you should just have a really good cry in the shower. Yeah. Just One of the ones where you kind of scream a little bit is a little, it's like a little, like a grunt to it. I'm like, the snot and everything. I'm like, you need to just
don't worry about it. Just blow it out.
Have a good one. And he was like, maybe I should do that.
No, it really is relieving. It is. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one thing, since you mentioned that, I had done a post. I didn't really mention any names, but it was a prayer for the little one. Mm-hmm. And I just want to thank everybody that joined me in the prayer.
I saw that.
Because there was quite a few people that jumped in.
Did you see Taylor commented on it?
I did. She said thank you. Yeah.
I thought it was really nice.
Yeah. It was. But want to thank everybody, because there really is power in prayer. Let's talk about prayer. It's not a question, but I'm going to talk about prayer just for a minute. So, because this one young lady, this is a while back, she hit me. She said, can you pray for me, da-da-da. She's having some issues, and she felt like God never heard her prayer.
Okay.
So, and look, I'll be the first one to tell you I could be wrong, but I'm going to tell you what I told her. I said, look, everybody doesn't know how to pray. Some people actually probably do it wrong. So I gave her a method of prayer to get your prayer heard. Because you got to, look, you can pray one. If God doesn't hear you, it's kind of this floating in the air. And I know there's some people can say, oh, God hears every prayer. Okay. You want to get it heard to where you get his attention, or get God's attention, and it gets answered. So anyway, I've been rambling. I'm going to start rambling, and I don't want to say anything too crazy that's going to offend anybody. But there's a way to pray, and there's a way not to pray. So taught her how to pray, and she came back later. She said, you know what? It worked.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Come on, guys. I think we really need him to start a podcast. I think you really should do it. You guys, let me know. Comment down below. Send me messages. Comment on these posts. And let me know if you think that my dad should start a podcast. And it's almost like a Dear Abby, but a Dear Papa Floyd. I feel like you give really good advice, even though sometimes I think it's a little like, okay, stop talking. But like, I do think that you do give some good advice.
So when you say stop talking, like you've already said that, you're saying too much, or like that sounds crazy, stop talking?
Like a mix of both sometimes.
Yeah, I know sometimes I know that people don't always agree with what I say.
But I do think that it does get people thinking. And that to me is good. Like, having those conversations is good. And maybe you got them thinking, maybe they don't solely agree with what you're saying, but at least now they're taking that conversation to somebody else and probably saying, what do you think about this? You know what I mean? So I think that is healthy.
Okay. All right.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Is it checking on your credit score? I didn't think so. At Chime, that's exactly what they do. With their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa card, you can start to build your credit with your own money. Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help build credit over time. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average. All of this with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. I've been using Chime for a long time now, and it definitely helped boost my credit. So start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up only takes 2 minutes, and it does not affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/think. That's chime.com/think. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' score may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except on MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or an Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. What would you do if you found out your wife was pregnant and you had to start over raising a baby?
So biologically, physically, that is an impossibility.
I don't think they're talking about you. I think they're talking about themselves. Maybe they're pregnant.
Yeah. Okay, so let's hear it again. What would you find out if you're...
What would you do if you found out your wife was pregnant?
Is this coming from a guy? Or can you tell?
I think that's coming from a girl.
Okay.
So she's probably pregnant and has to tell her husband, and they probably have to start all over. Well, that sounds like we just worked it out right there.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I mean, look, if she's pregnant,
Then you're pregnant.
and if you got to start, listen, there's a good friend of mine. I'm just gonna say her name, Tony. Tony had a child when she was about 16, 17. Mm-hmm. Okay, who's grown up now? Because Tony was about my age, a couple years younger than me, and then she didn't stay with the guy because again they were young. She went through life. She got with another gentleman, Brian, who she married, who's a great guy. They start all over. 4 kids. Dang. 4 kids they have. They got a beautiful family. Yeah. And I laughed at her one time. Not laughed, teased her one time. I said, "Woo, damn, Tony, 20 years, you starting all over." And that's basically what it was. So she had, I think, youngest son around 17. I don't know if it's actually 20 years. Yeah. But she's all over. Life is good. I mean, sometimes this is what happens. Just go with it. Life can be tricky, but life can also be fun, and it doesn't always have to be a bummer. Just go with it. If he's your husband, tell him. You never know. He will probably initially go, "Oh, shit." But at the end of the day, he's going to love the kid, the child. You guys just go ahead and have a good time. Well,
this is a good one.
What?
Okay, these are 2. I like both of these questions. It's not the same person, but anyway, I'm going to ask whatever. It says, any advice on dating someone who works 11-hour shifts 6 days out of the week?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want that guy?
You want that guy.
Even though you never see that guy?
That guy's hardworking. He's a hardworking cat. Now, eventually you're going to have to get him to relax, to start to spend some of the money that he's earning on the two of you, on vacations, on living life. Yeah. But it's a whole lot easier to teach somebody that
than to teach somebody to work ethic. Yeah.
That guy, you don't let him go. You don't skip him.
Dang, I did not think about it like that.
No, you grab him. You grab it. Look, you want to keep him? I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if I can say this on the camera because this is a little. It's not raunchy. I'm gonna say it. It's the reality of it. There was a time. I was dating. I don't know how to say
this. I think we all want to know now.
Okay. I'm gonna say it in a very. You get it if you get it.
Okay.
There was a girl I was dating. We were good friends. It was a good date. It was a good relationship. This is previous to me getting married to Teresa. Okay. She said, "I really want you." She thought I was a good guy. I thought she was a good woman. She said, "I'm going to do something for you." I said, "Okay." She said, "I'm going to do you 30 days in a row."
Oh, my God.
And I was like, "Ooh." I was like, "Woo." I'm understanding this right?
Okay.
We weren't living together.
Like, I'm going to come over and...
Yeah, but it turned out not 30 days in a row, but the next 30 times that I see you in a row.
Okay.
And I said...
So every time you see me for the next 30 times, you're going to get some...
I'm good, yes.
Ew, Dad.
So I was like, okay, well, what's that all about?
Yeah.
And she flat out said, she said, "You know what? I'm going to do this because there's not too many women that could do it, that would do it. I'm doing it to keep you. Because nobody else is going to do what I'm about to do."
So, did she do it?
Oh, we went about 23 days.
Oh my God, help.
After 23 days, I said, "You know what?
I'm good.
Let's take a break."
Dad.
But the point of what I'm saying is, look, if you find a guy or you find a girl that you want, do what you have to do to keep them. Don't find a way to complain about them. You got somebody who's working, what did she say, 11 hours a day, 6 days a week?
Yeah.
He's clocking paper. He don't even have time.
11-hour shifts, 6 days out of the week.
The man is dedicated right now. Now, again, plain and simple. It's easier to teach him to go on vacation and to enjoy some of that money that he's earning as opposed to teaching him work ethic or hard work.
Yeah.
He's already got that.
He's
Don't let him
definitely
go.
got that. I can't believe you told that story.
I was young.
You said this might be a little raunchy. I don't know if I can say
I
it.
really trimmed it down.
Oh, thank you for trimming it down. If that was the PG version, we did not need to know the rated R version.
That is the PG version.
Okay, don't want to hear about it.
I'm just telling you, she was a big freak.
I don't want to know anymore.
Okay,
All right. What advice would you give your 32-year-old self? What were you doing when you were 32? You had kids.
Actually, 32, I had slowed way down.
Yeah.
I was kind of cool in the game. That's when I kind of flipped the switch. Prior to that, let's go from 18 to 28.
How old were you when you got married to Mom? 28?
I think it was 28.
So you guys had Kyle when you were
29.
29?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was, your mama was probably burning the candle on one end. I was probably burning it on both ends. Mm-hmm. We were both going. We were both young. We were both young, pretty people living in LA, living the life.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were rich, but we weren't broke. You
had some, you guys were having fun.
Yeah, we were having fun. And then when Kyle came, what happened actually is your mom kind of put an ultimatum to either, marry me or else I got to go. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, well, let's get married. And then she got down and she proposed.
Get out, Dad.
Okay, I might have made that part up. Okay. So anyway, we got married. We got married. Then we had Kyle. Mm-hmm. And, that was kind of like, that initially didn't slow me down. But after about a year or two, watching her grow, and then I think you came, it was like, oh, no. At that point, it was slow. Let's pump the brakes. Okay. And then I started working hard for my family, actually.
So at 32, he was already married with 2 kids.
So now, what I would do, though, if we can back this up, and it probably still applies to you at 32, but I'm going to say at 22, and I've said this before, handle your business, okay? Yeah. You got plenty of time to party. Now, so here's the scenario I look at. At 22, or let's say 32, you have a certain amount of money, disposable money, that you can party with, okay? You can either take that money and party with it, spend it, or you can stop, put the brakes on, dedicate yourself for the next 3 or 4 years, either school or career, in developing that, making tons more money, okay, because you put the brakes on. Now let's think about the kind of money you can party with.
Yeah.
Now instead of taking a trip from LA to San Diego, now you're going from LA to New York. Yeah. You've just made it bigger. You've put the brakes on party side for a minute, okay, to handle business. Now the type of money, the exposure, the expendables that you have is just so much different, so much greater. Yeah.
I wish that I would have listened more to my parents, probably like 1,000 times more. I mean, I still feel like I should listen more, but definitely when I'm thinking about where I was at when I was 22. At 22, I just did my first show. I just got my first check of, in my head, like real money, even, and I partied. I partied hard enough till I had a kid. Like, I was partying way too hard. And I look back and I'm like, I wonder what would be different if I wasn't partying as hard and if I saved any of that money and started saving back then. And I play with that thought in my head, and then I'm like, I wouldn't have had Ryder because I was partying. Partying got me to her.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, never mind. I guess I was partying good. No, but really, I do think about that.
Okay, then look, I don't know. If I rolled it back, I would probably change some things, but I'm not complaining about the path that I took. Yeah. Okay? And look, at 32, just to the point of you thinking about what you could do different, you should be able to do things different. Okay? Here's the biggest thing, though. Quit smoking weed. Y'all. Now look, I'm from an era where we smoked. I'm not even going to tell you. Well, I will tell you the story because I've told it a couple of times. My mom already knows. We were smoking a joint walking to grade school. Not grade school, God. Junior high school. We was 12 years. We were 12 years old. We smoked on the way to school.
Dad, I didn't smoke until I got to college.
Well, but what I'm trying to say is, for whatever path you were or are, let's say at 32, if you recognize, no, I'm sorry, I was trying to focus on the weed thing.
Yeah.
Y'all smoke weed too easy. Y'all smoke it every day. See, I don't smoke weed now.
You're saying y'all, I don't smoke weed.
Well, I'm saying your generation, your age group.
Yeah.
Okay? And what you don't understand is weed takes time out of your day.
Mm-hmm. And money.
I'm not even talking about the money. Let's say you can afford it.
I'm talking about the money.
Okay? But just the time out of your day. Though that time is where you can be handling business.
Yeah.
You know.
And regardless of, I get on some of my friends for smoking, and they'll be like, I'm a functional smoker. And I'm like, what does that even mean? I'm like, you can't even look at me clearly. Like, you just look tired. Like, regardless if you tell me you're tired or not, you just look tired. You look irritated. You look agitated. Like, I used to smoke a lot in college. After I had Ryder, then, I kind of stopped doing everything just because I had a baby. And every now and then, like, if the work is done and the kids are asleep, then I'll go on the balcony and look at the stars and hit it once, and then I feel like I'm dying, so then I put it down. But that's it for me now. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, but that's when you enjoy it the most, when you're doing it every blue moon.
Yeah.
When your system isn't so antiquated to it that it's just, you get that good morning one and everything else is just an extension of just a drawn out day. Believe me, I know. I've been there, okay? If you stopped it and you did it, or you did an edible every blue moon, you'd go back to the day where it's really enjoyable, where it's really fun again.
Yeah.
Not just getting you through the day. And let's think, if you're smoking weed to get through the day, something's wrong. Something's going on. It's like drinking to get through the day. Okay? If that's what you're doing to get through the day, you need to stop. You really need to stop and figure out what's going on with your day or with your life that's got you in this stupor where you're content with smoking to kill you, to numbing your pain.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't trying to be Dr. Phil or nobody, but it is what it is.
This is a tough one, and they put it in all caps because I think they really want the advice on it. Dang, okay. I just lost it. Where'd it go?
This is probably one I should have a sip on. Let's go.
1 second. I'm trying to find. Oh, wait. Here it goes. Okay. Please, how to co-parent with a dad who was never there but now wants 50-50 because of his new girlfriend. And also doesn't even know how to be a dad because he's never had that influence for himself. Okay,
so what I heard was how to co-parent with a deadbeat dad that now has a woman in his life that is not a deadbeat and is trying to bring him around to being a better person. You, as the woman, the mother, go ahead and work the relationship with the girlfriend, woman to woman, and help this man become a better dad. Because like we said at the beginning, every child wants a relationship with their parent.
Yeah.
It's not always a good relationship, but they always want it. Now, because he was deadbeat in the past, doesn't mean he's going to be a deadbeat forever. People make mistakes. People also get smarter. Okay? It sounds like he's got a good woman who's trying to make him a better man.
Who's holding him accountable.
Yes. Yeah.
And I feel like from a mother's standpoint, you would naturally, your first instinct is going to be, oh, so it took this random girl to hold you accountable. I've been trying to hold you accountable for the child we made. Of course, that's your natural, what you want to react to.
But don't be mad at her. Don't be jealous with her.
It has nothing to do with her. I would honestly, once I got over that reaction, I would be happy that you are at least making a good decision in who you're dating. They have enough sense to hold you accountable for you to be responsible for your responsibilities. Whether or not it's coming from him, if they're going to be in a relationship and it seems like he's listening, so it seems like he wants her and likes her enough to where he's saying, okay, let's figure it out, then I would build the relationship with her.
Exactly. And him. But
it's
emphasizing
a catalyst.
Yes.
If she's going to, be this middleman, and maybe you're not comfortable with letting him come in and picking up your child, depending on how old they are. But I know, when Corey first started coming around, it was like, you want a relationship with Ryder, you would sit there.
When Corey first came around.
Why are you laughing like that?
I was like, I'm not letting him take the baby.
Oh no, hell to the no. He didn't take Ryder for months.
It was a while. It was a while.
Months.
It was
and
a while.
it was like he would come over to my mom's house and he would sit there for hours on hours. And then eventually he got enough courage to say, "Can she come over?" And I said, "I'm coming too."
Right.
I'm going where she goes. So I get it. Like I get that feeling as a mom, and then even having other women around your child. When Taylor was first introduced into Ryder's life, I said, "I'm coming too." Like wherever she's going, I'm going too. Yeah. Now, of course, now things
now it's all good. Yeah.
Now it's all good. I'm like, are y'all coming to get her?
So in thinking about that, understand that it's going to be tough initially. It's going to be tough for you to digest. Mm-hmm. Okay, but again, we're looking at what's the best move for the child.
And it's to have their father around. Yeah. As long as he's not like crazy and abusive or anything like that. Yeah. I mean, if he was just a deadbeat because he was young and dumb, then let's let him grow up.
Yes, there is young and dumb, guys. Yeah. There's young and dumb. There's dumb dads that get smarter. There's dumb moms
that get smarter.
Okay? So what we're trying to do is say, look, give this man a chance with your oversight. If he's got somebody, this other woman, as a catalyst to get him smarter, between you as a good woman, good mother, and this other woman, you guys can raise this man to be a better dad.
Yeah.
Give him a shot.
Okay? I think you give him a shot. And I think you meet the girlfriend too.
Oh yeah, you have them both over.
Yeah.
You have your mom or your sister come over, you have dinner for everybody.
Yeah. Okay? Or if you're in a relationship.
Yeah, or have your guy, you and your guy.
Then it's like you guys are there.
Yeah. Yes, okay? But you get the ball rolling, okay? And it sounds like you want to because you're asking how to. So just do it. Do it, okay? You'll be good.
I think what they're trying to ask is how do you balance letting your kid fail and protecting them?
Okay, so that is, see, me, I let them fall. The mama, Sam, Mama Sunshine, oh, yes. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so... it is a balance. But if you don't let them make mistakes and they don't realize mistakes, if you don't let them fall and skin their knee, then they don't know how to stop from falling next time. It's my thought. Okay? I say let them crash and burn.
Oh, my God.
Okay? Now, I don't mean crash and burn, end up in the sewer. But I mean crash and burn, and here, let me tell you what you did wrong. That's why you're down there where you are now. Here's my hand. Come on up. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let me help you. Okay? This is what look, even to this day, I'm 60-something, she's 30-something. I still call her and try to give her the best situation. And sometimes she battles me, and then I'm real quick to throw the towel in. I'm saying, look, I gave you my piece. I think you should let it go. I think you should apologize. I think you should be the bigger person. Sometimes she listens, sometimes she doesn't. I'm going to keep on doing it probably to the day I'm dead.
I don't think parenting ever stops. What I've realized is the older I get, the more I feel like I need my parents. Like, I need the advice. I need the help. I need the back and forth. I need the balance of, having my parent. And I don't think that parenting ever stops. I really don't.
Yeah.
How old is Kyle? Like 33?
Yeah.
She still needs to be parented.
Well, here. Let me tell you, I'll share this with you, though. There are times I still go to my dad and I bounce things off of him.
Yeah.
Okay? And he may have a total different answer than I want to hear. And I just say, God damn.
Okay, Papa.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But that's part of the blessing of our families that we have generations to kind of play with.
Yeah, we do. And that's...
And if you don't have a generation to play with, feel free to call me. Feel free to hit me. I have people that hit me on my Instagram that say, I know you didn't post anything about it, but I just want to ask you something real quick.
That's why I'm telling you, we need to do a podcast.
Okay, well,
All right, I'm going to do some fast ones and some ones that are really about us. And I feel like these are the ones that people always like to ask you. Okay. Who do you like more, Zach or Corey?
Zach. And Corey.
I was about to say, do not.
No, here. Zach put a ring on it. Corey's been a great father.
Yes.
Okay. Both of these young brothers have... I could bitch about either one of them.
Me too.
Okay, I really could. But they both stepped up. They've both done well. Okay, next question.
All right. Has it been tough watching your daughters transition into motherhood and the relationships?
Oh, no. That's been fun. Because the relationships have been good. I mean, I saw her going through the dating scene. She dated this one guy with a bun. I was just like, I don't, but I didn't say nothing. But
Oh my God.
so watching them, but it's all been fun because it's watching them grow. And I was there, her mom was there, her sister there, our both sisters there to watch each other. We all watch over each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all been good. Nothing's been crazy, so all learning.
Do you have Moroccan roots?
No, but I do love Morocco. I'm going back to in May. I'm going back to Morocco, but I'll be in more Casablanca, which is a dirty ass city. It's dirty downtown. I'm telling you, I've been there already.
Dang.
As opposed to going to Marrakesh. The group that I'm going with, after we finish, we're going to be in Portugal. I'm thinking about taking them back to Marrakesh so they can really understand the beauty of
difference?
Morocco. Yes, yeah.
All right. Do older men enjoy getting their what? Oh my God.
Tickled?
Do older men enjoy getting their salads tossed?
Oh boy. Whoa, we hit one.
My God.
All right, I got a story for you.
Wait, no. I thought this was a lightning round.
Okay. Lightning round. To answer those who understand, yes.
Okay. Best/worst part about raising
I
daughters.
just want to go back to the story.
Okay, tell the story.
So you remember I was telling you about this woman I was dating?
The 30-day lady. I don't want to know.
She was a salad tosser.
Ew, Dad.
So I had to say I couldn't do it.
You had to stop.
I couldn't do it.
You weren't strong enough.
I said I can't marry.
I can't marry you. I can't keep up.
I can't marry an ass licker.
Oh my God.
You can edit this part out. This will probably get edited.
Do not edit this out.
Yes.
Keep this in.
I couldn't do it. It was too much for me.
Okay.
She turned me out. I was done.
I'm all the way done with you.
Okay.
I
Can't believe somebody asked.
Did you pay for my whole wedding?
No, the kids paid. The mama paid. Everybody.
I know. I feel like I've said that so many times, and people are still trying to figure it out.
Let me tell you something. The biggest contributor was Cheyenne herself, because she kept on saying, "No, this is what I want." I said, "Well, if you want it that way, you pay for it." Okay, because here's what I got. This is what So, but it was a great wedding. We had a great time.
Yeah. Okay, besides good health, happiness, what aspirations do you have for your daughters?
Wisdom.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wisdom. If things get smarter and smarter, if they both have the habit of thinking that they're always right and mighty and da-da-da, to give people more grace, to be able to apologize, even when you're not wrong, but just to soften things out, to smooth it out, is the aspect. She doesn't have that at all.
No,
she don't get it.
I don't.
She's like, Dad, I did this. Is what I did. I don't feel like.
Oh no! Actually, I did take your advice the other day.
Did you?
I did, and I reached out again.
Okay, and that's all you can do.
I didn't get a response, but I did do it.
It's okay if you don't get a response. Here's the deal. If there's a situation and the situation is not right, you as a person, regardless of fault, need to reach out and try to fix it. Now, once you try, done deal. If the person doesn't respond or they don't reciprocate, okay, fine. But you've done what you can do spiritually. Mm-hmm. And don't get caught up in all this, who's right and who's wrong and not my fault. It don't matter whose fault. Remember the big picture. The big picture is we all want to get along. If this is your friend, do what you do to maintain the friendship.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about who's at fault. Okay,
yeah.
So, boom.
Do you want more grandkids?
That's not my call. Next.
What was your childhood dream career?
Professional basketball. Didn't make it. Next. Look. Same time I played college ball, but same time I was a freshman.
Oh my God.
Magic Johnson was a senior. He was 6'10", 6'11", doing things that I couldn't do at 6'1". So I said, okay, it's over.
How is your mental health?
Great.
Damn, he answered that quick.
Yeah, sure. I'm good.
Is your dad Nigerian? I noticed he wore Nigerian clothing at your wedding.
Okay, so I am. You guys forget. No, not forget. Even my kids forget. We are from Africa. We were imported here as cargo. Okay, they're still very clear in my mind that I'm not European and that I was not American. You know, the real Americans are the Indians. I wish I was, but I'm not. So when we start doing traditional things, and I'm trying to teach my kids this, but I'm trying to teach them by example. Go back to who you are. Now, I can't go back and learn Aruba or whatever the language is. I can't even cook the Igbo. I can't even cook the meals. And I could learn, but I'm not doing all that. At the very least, I can try to learn the customs and respect the wardrobe. That's simple. That's on the surface.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do the European tuxedo because again, I've got more Nigerian in my Nigerian in my 23andMe than I do Welsh. So, you know, I went with the black man's wardrobe.
How would you describe me in one word?
Confident. Accomplished.
Which one? You gotta pick one word.
Let's go accomplished. No, I'll do this. Doing things.
That's 2 words, Dad.
I made it one.
You can't make it one word.
Doing things. Okay. Okay, that's my one word. That's all and how you spell it. I spelled it as one word.
You guys help.
Yeah, just
Help. What would you do if you found out that R was pregnant again?
Oh boy.
He can't even answer the question, y'all.
I'm hoping that Kyle and Maz find a common place that actually wraps them up in marriage. It's actually, I mean, truth of the matter is they got 2 kids together. They're giving it a great shot right now. They're living together. I went and spent New Year's with them. They seem to get along fine.
Yeah.
I know things will come up. That's the way it goes. I don't want either one of them to give up. I want them to both keep trying to make their family work. Okay? So, you know, look, if there's another kid, first of all, I think 2 kids is plenty.
Me too.
But if there was 3, then it is 3. But the biggest thing is I want them to work their adult situation out.
Hey guys, make sure you tune in next week for part 2 featuring Papa Floyd. He's going to continue to answer all of your questions.